Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Frag Pro Shooter. My name is Frag himself, and today...
Preview.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Frag Pro Shooter. My name is Flag, and today we are gonna rank the top 20 cards with the best AI in Frag with the help of a special guest who's been making similar content lately. These 20 cards are characters that we recommend including in your deck and letting your AI control, so you will not be maining or controlling them. For this list, I have divided all cards into groups based on their role. So we have cards with the best AI in defense, camp, center, wild card, and attack. And each of these 5 role groups will include 4 cards, giving us a total of 20 cards. But who's our special guest today? I'm happy to introduce a new and upcoming content creator, Fragger himself. I found out about his work and videos for some time now, and I enjoy how he puts a lot of time into his videos and also talks in his videos, giving the audience a better experience. You should certainly check out his content and subscribe to him because I'm sure you will enjoy his content as well. Welcome to the channel, Mr. Fragger himself.
Hello fellow Fraggers, and thanks for inviting me, Flag.
Sure, I'm glad that you agreed to be on my channel. So let's start our ranking with defense cards. Who do we have at number 4?
We are going to have Prisoner 99. He's definitely a card you want to watch out for. He has very good damage output and decent range for a shotgun card, and he can definitely pack a good punch to the enemy. For a super, he can launch a shot every 5 seconds or so that can do a ton of damage. His AI is also really not that bad with it. However, he is slow and very easy to avoid, so that's why he's going to stay in 4th place.
At number 3, we have Medusa. She's a solid defense card and a lot of times an annoying card to deal with. Her AI follows you well with her beam dealing high damage, and right after taking the initial damage from your bullets, she's gonna use her super to shield herself from any damage for 5 long seconds. That's why Medusa comes in at number 3 in the best AI defense cards ranking.
The runner-up defensive card with the best AI is going to be the boss. I would say he definitely deserves his name. With a very solid main fire that can do damage in short and long ranges, can get a lot of frags in the defense. The best thing about him is going to be his super. He's usually able to use it right when an enemy is in its range, so that's gonna make him very consistent with his frags. It's also very hard to get out of, and the damage it can create is insane, enough to completely break a push sometimes. So with that, he's going to be our number 2, second only to our next card.
The crown holder of the best defense card with the best AI is the Queen Unicorn. She's a great defense card overall, she has good speed, she deals a high amount of damage, and she has a great super. Her AI uses her super as soon as it sees and locates you, and even if you try to dodge the unicorn, it chases you. Just like the boss, the best thing about Queen Unicorn is how she slows you down with her super down to 1/4 speed, but also completely disables the trapped card's supers. Having a shorter ability cooldown of 10 seconds and a much more solid frag power allows her to beat the boss to the top spot on our defense list. By the way, Marco Pollo misses out on this list since it's quite new and still needs more time to adjust and be judged. Moving on to the camp cards AI ranking, only this time we have 5 cards on the list. Could you tell our audience why Fragger himself?
Okay, so in 4th place, we are going to cover 2 cards, so 1 card per each map. Shinobi is going to be better in the Bridges map. Since it's less open, he's not going to be as much of a target when he teleports to the other base. Overall, he's a card that can get a lot of frags because his AI is able to teleport to the other base very well, and he can slow down cards and inflict a lot of damage to them. And for the pit, we have Sogeki-chan. With a more open center to the map, Sogeki can use her super a lot better, which can do a ton of damage to the cards in her field of view. She is still very bad in the close range with low HP and very bad main fire damage, so this is why she's gonna stay in 4th place.
The recently buffed Scrapper ranks at number 3. She's certainly risen from 0 to hero. With the recent buff, her AI takes advantage of the consistent burst damage that she can deal and uses her super to consistently repair your bunkers for 30% HP until your bunker is completely repaired. Also, her AI uses her super as soon as it can. While you usually want to avoid enemy AI cards and focus on the card that your opponent is maining, with Scrapper you want to get rid of her as soon as you can. Otherwise, she will completely repair her bunkers and all your effort will go to waste. Also, it should be mentioned that she's another level independent card, which means that she also performs well even if under-leveled compared to your other cards.
In second place, we have Sombrero. He's one of the cards that can play a role no one else can. With the AI, he is very good at using his super. He can spawn bombs during the game that are gonna distract your opponent. He is best used in a deck that can do a lot of frags, but he is always gonna be a good add to your defense. With his unique ability, he can also fit into many deck archetypes, so that is why he's in number 2.
And the crown holder of the best AI camp card is the Russian toy soldier Solotron. In my opinion, he is the king of AI in Frag, having the best AI. He has a ridiculously low 5-second ability cooldown, and its AI takes complete and full advantage of that. It keeps on spamming your opponents with its mortar shots, and unlike many other camp cards, is also a solid card on defense. It's also notable that he has great synergy with a lot of other cards that you can main, and just like Sombrero, he fits in different decks and archetypes. Let's move on to the third category, center cards. While center cards don't offer the best AI support, we're still gonna rank them.
Starting off at number 4, we have Cybercop. His jail can be a game changer when his AI puts it at the right place. Unfortunately, it usually places it randomly. It's usually better at placing it in the bridges map because it's going to be more likely that the jail ends up in the bridges, blocking off a channel for the enemy. Other than that, Cybercop is a decent card with okay damage and a lot of HP, so he's going to be in number 4.
The third center card with the best AI is the music fanatic Queen Boom. Overall, she's a good support card with solid damage, a huge splash damage radius, and an AI that catches the opponent's wall to get a couple of frags per match. Arguably, her AI does a better job of using her super, activating it and giving friendly troops an HP and speed effect boost at the right times. Also, her frag power that increases her ability range by 30% makes her AI even better.
And in second place, we have Tankbot. He's a pretty good tank with an ultimate ability that can do serious damage. However, his AI isn't perfect with it, and it's not really smart enough to know when to use it. He's still a card with great stats, and he can definitely be very useful in your deck. So that's why he gets a silver medal for the center AI.
The best card in Frag in the center category is Hunter. Hunter deals a lot of damage with his high fire rate and high number of ammo. And since he's strong against heavy cards, he deals more damage to tanks like Lucha Muerta and Hannibal. Already a great card to main, his AI also deals good damage and uses his super as soon as it has it up and ready. That's why Hunter places at number 1 as an undisputed fragger. Again, not the best cards with the best AI, we're gonna rank the top 4 wild cards in this order.
At number 4, we have Archon. While not being the best with his main fire, Archon is surprisingly good with his super. It allows him to inflict a bunch of damage to enemy cards. With his AI, Archon is capable of keeping his storm area on cards even through walls and ceiling. He's still usually not gonna hit the sweet spot of his ult, but the area damage he inflicts is very annoying and hard to escape. So that's why he's going to be at number 4.
Frag's official mascot, BB, ranks at number 3. Even after his recent nerf, he's still a well-rounded card with good HP, good speed, and great splash damage. His special ability, speed boosts and heals a huge area around him, and in my opinion, is still overpowered. While his AI doesn't use his super as much as it should, still when he feels like it's needed, he's gonna use his super to give his friends a speed boost and heal them as well.
Next on our list is gonna be Fragment. With his base stats, Fragment is a very basic card. He shines with his ultimate ability, which can do a ton of damage to the cards in front of him. His AI is very good with this ultimate ability. He's usually able to connect his super's beam to the opponent to get rid of them. That makes him able to get rid of AIs as much as players, so he's going to be in number 2.
Even better than Fragment, at number 1, we have the only card that might challenge Solotron for the best AI in the game, and that is of course Ronin. His AI gets multiple frags per game if he's at the same level as the opponent cards. With his slash and dash, he completely wipes out low HP enemy cards. He's also another card that fits in well in any deck or archetype. In some matches it can be that you don't even have to control him even once. That's why he's always been a divisive card, and even at the moment has a part of the community asking for a nerf for him. And as the last category of cards, now we're gonna talk about the top 4 attack cards with the best AI in Frag.
As number 4, we have Big Paku. Being one of the tankiest cards in the game, Big Peku takes a long time to get rid of with the AI. He has good range, damage, and explosion radius, so he's pretty good with his main fire. He can also do a ton of damage and even sometimes one-shot cards with his super, because the AI is decently accurate with it, so he will stay in 4th place for attack AI.
The bronze holder between the AI attack cards is Hannibal. He's one of the recent cards in game who has introduced 360 AoE damage on a tank card. His recent nerf displaces him in a lot of rankings, but he still holds on to being the 3rd best AI attack card. Just like other melee cards, if he's not given a command, he's gonna track back and fight the enemy in your own half. But when given a command, nothing can stand in his way to the enemy bunker. He also uses his special ability when the enemy is standing within the range of his super. By controlling the proper support cards, you can protect your Hannibal while he tanks for you and completely wreck your opponent's defense and bunker when played well.
In 2nd place, we have Cypher. So just like Fragment, he has decent basic stats. He has a very strong super that makes cards around him take more damage, and his AI is very good with this ability. He pretty much never fires it when no one is around, and he usually traps 2 or 3 cards in it, which can be a huge help when you're trying to frag enemies with your main.
And last but not least, we have the tankiest card in the game, Lucha Muerta, ranking at number 1. Lucha Muerta probably has the 3rd best AI in the game, after Solotron and Ronin. Just like Hannibal, his AI tracks back to defend against incoming enemy cards when not given the command to attack the enemy bunkers, and he also uses his super quite well to jump forward and get himself to the enemy cards as soon as possible. His ridiculous damage on bunkers and also light cards makes him an unstoppable card, especially when supported with 1 or 2 other cards. Also his frag power, which shields him from 10% damage, makes him even a tougher biscuit to crack. That's it with the ranking, guys. Thank you, Fragger himself. Please tell our viewers what your channel is about and which types of videos do you usually make.
So usually I'm going to make weekly videos that are more edited that you usually see. So a little bit like Flag's content. And right now I'm doing tier lists and experimenting on what AIs are going to be the best ones. And also which cards are going to be the best when you play them. And I plan on making different types of content in the following months. So if you want to know a little bit more about AIs in the game or just want to go check my channel, you can go subscribe. I assume the links are going to be in the description.
Of course, yeah.
Yep.
So as you said already, you've recently made 2 tier lists for not just the top 20 cards, but all characters AI. And I've watched both of these videos completely, and I highly recommend my subscribers, the Flaggers, to check out these videos as well. Once again, thank you Fragger himself for coming on the channel, and thank you for watching the video. Take care and stay safe everyone, until the next video. Thank you Flagger himself. Tell the viewers what you're... Sorry?
Did you say Flagger himself?
Oh, yeah, like I keep saying flag. I don't even realize it. I know like there's something wrong here, but like I just thought it's just that I'm not used to calling you. Alright. Once again, thank you, Flagger himself.